Hello guys, and welcome to yet another in-depth review here on NAT Auto Reviews. My name is Tyler, as always behind the scenes giving you guys these in-depth review videos. Today I am super excited because we're checking out a really nice all-new car for 2018. And it is, of course, if you couldn't tell already, the 2018 Buick Regal. And this one is in the preferred trim level with front-wheel drive. Now before we get started, I'd like to give a big thanks out to Ingersoll, Buick GMC, and Watertown, Connecticut for allowing us to check out the car in today's video. Now if you're interested in purchasing any Buick or GMC, go ahead and check out the description box where all this dealer's contact information can be found. Now wrapping around to the side of the all-new Regal, it is called the Sportback, and it is a true Sportback because the rear glass also opens with the trunk, and it gives it a really nice appearance around the side, if you see what I'm talking about. Now as far as color options go, this particular one is finished in the Quicksilver Metallic, and you can choose between 8 total color options on the preferred trim level, and the wheelbase stands at 111.4 inches for all Regals. And wrapping around to the rear of the vehicle, we can go ahead and discuss some drivetrain options. Now it is just a little bit complicated, so just bear with me. I'm going to try to explain this as best as I can now. So front wheel drive is only available on one SV and preferred, so we have the preferred. Front wheel drive is only available on those two. You can choose between front wheel drive or all wheel drive on preferred 2 or Essence trim level, while the GS, which I am very heavily anticipating, comes standard with all wheel drive. Okay, so here's the window sticker for the vehicle. I'm just going to give you a sort of overview of what a window sticker looks like. So over here we have all of our standard equipment. Now if you want to get more information, just pause the video and you could get all the information you'll ever need. But for the focus of this portion of the video, we're going to go ahead and look at the options. Just so we know what we're looking at here is a little disclaimer. So the standard vehicle price for the preferred is $27,665. However, we have some optional extras, obviously the Quicksilver Metallic, the front and rear splash guards. But that pretty much does it for the options list. So nice clean options list on this car. $925 destination fee, and the total sticker price is $29,155. Now another portion of the window sticker people like to see is the parts content. So US and Canadian parts is obviously 26% and 29% is German. Final assembly port is actually in Germany. So take a look at that. Regals have really always been built in Germany. We also have some fuel economy ratings and whatnot over here. That pretty much does it for the window sticker of this car. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and take a look at the features on the exterior of the all-new Buick Regal. This, of course, is the preferred, like I told you earlier, which is just one up from the base, so it's not the fanciest model. That would be the GS, which I would love to review for you guys. But as far as our headlights goes on this one, we have reflector halogen bulbs for both your high and low beams. LED turn signals up here as well, which look very nice. Down below we have some nice sport trim with some chrome, the nice Buick grille with the signature wings, and a nice big Buick emblem as well. A pretty stylish front end, even with the more basic model preferred here. So as far as the design of the hood goes, you have a pretty prominent crease right over here in the middle, which gives it some pretty nice shadow lines there. A little bit of design towards the edges of the hood too. But as far as our wheel choice goes, very nice design. It almost looks like a sort of turbine design. 17-inch painted alloy wheels, ventilated disc brakes in there, and the tires measure 225/55 up front. Pretty nice wheel setup. We have a turn signal right over here. Or a nice combination of body colored and the black plastic mirrors. I'm happy that they put the little black plastic there, which it really helps out with the road chipping. So we have, it looks like a satin chrome going all the way along the top of the windows. and then a gloss black going along the bottom and up the pillars. Keyless smart key entry on all 4 of the door handles. Nice little design there on the quarter window in the back. Shark fin antenna. And there's our roof. This car is also seems to be very low, which gives it a really cool chopped appearance. So back here we have solid disc brakes. Same wheel and tire setup. And take a look at right here. This is where the trunk ends. So make sure you stay tuned and check out the trunk of this car. It's really, really neat. So nice rear end of the car. Really good looking tail lamps. Combination of LED lights and regular halogen lights. Pretty cool. Got some emblems back here, so the Buick is spelled out, and then I also have the colored emblem back there. And your Regal badging as well. Your rear view camera is located right in the center position right here. Have some nice exhaust outlets too to let the turbocharged engine breathe. And there's a nice little integrated spoiler on the back of the lift back there. So pretty awesome exterior design to the all-new Regal Sportback. Alright, so now let's go ahead and check out what engines are available on the all-new Regal. So pretty much all Regals except for the GS will come with this 2-liter turbocharged inline 4 with 254 horsepower at 5,400 RPM. And 260 pound-feet of torque from 2,000 to 5,200 RPM, which is actually a pretty awesome range of torque there. So your batteries up here is completely covered for some reason. Not quite sure why they did that, but completely covered there, the battery. You have the fuse box, a couple of fluids you could check. You have the exhaust side of the engine right up front, and turbos are right here. Take a look at that. Very small engine cover, so you can see most of the engine. The engine itself takes 5W30 oil, and your dipstick is right here. Air filter box, all pretty much an easy access engine. Alright, so this car does have the smart key entry system. I'm going to go ahead and show you how that works. Now before you start locking and unlocking, make sure the key to the car is in a close proximity of the vehicle. So at the moment the car is unlocked, you could see that right there. But if you want to lock it, all you need to do is press the button right there. All 4 doors will lock. And to get back in the car, all you need to do is press the button once. It'll unlock the driver's door. Press it again, it'll unlock all the rest of the doors. So when you order the preferred trim level, you get a full cloth interior, which is pretty nice. It is an ebony cloth interior, how they call it. But we can go ahead and start here on the door panel. Nice soft touch materials all the way up here. The only place that is relatively hard is on the bottom. But over here we have some nice soft touch materials, so nice soft cloth, nice soft leatherette on the door rest. Pretty neat design for the trim there. We also have a nice metallic handle. Obviously the lock unlock is up there. We have our window switches as well. Our front 2 are fully automatic, and our mirror controls over there too. And we also have a larger speaker on the driver's door. A little bit of storage down there too. Over here we have an air vent surrounded in some pretty nice accents there. We also have some lighting controls, so our gauge dimmer is over here. You can pop that out and switch it all around. Also our regular lighting is over here. You can see the release for the tilt telescoping steering wheel a little bit better from this angle. Also have our pedals down here, hood release, little dead pedal. And the driver's seat is 10-way power adjusting with 2-way lumbar. It's got a nice pattern to the cloth there, and it feels really premium. Have a little bit of stitching even too. But let's go ahead and hop in on the inside, and we could check out the rest of the interior, get out of this nasty cold weather. So I have the key fob that you get with the all-new Regal. It's a more basic key fob because it's, again, a lower trim level. You would, of course, get remote start with the higher trim levels, the ability to pop your trunk and all that good stuff. But this is the good old key fob that you get with the more basic one. So as far as functionalities, you have a panic alarm. You also have the lock button is the Buick logo. The unlock is right there. Nice chrome accents nonetheless. And then you have a back right there with the button so you could get your key out. Now all you have to do to start the car is just make sure the key is on the inside. Put your foot on the brake and just locate that engine start stop button. Okay, so starting on this really nice leather wrapped steering wheel. It's got a really good looking design to it. Take a look at the small airbag cover with the nice metallic accents. Gives it a really nice appearance. And the typical, Buick accents up here as well. So again, leather wrapped with some pretty nice grip bolsters, and you have the stitching on the inside of the wheel as well. Over here we have all of our cruise control settings. It's a normal cruise control, however, an adaptive cruise control is available. Voice command and Bluetooth telephone controls are over here. You also have a skip for your radio and then an audio volume for the radio as well. Then these 4 quadrants are for the screen that is located up there. We'll get into in a few minutes that screen up there. So over here we have more controls for our lighting. So our high beams are controlled over here. And then our turn signals and our wipers are controlled with this stalk to the right. So pretty nice gauges, typical Buick gauges, some pretty nice font. I really like the white halos that go all around the gauges though, look pretty good. So you have your RPM gauge over here. We could also see that the car has auto start stop. Get rid of that fuel reminder there. We have a fuel gauge, a temperature gauge, and as well as our big speedometer right over here. So as far as our functionalities in the little screen over here, it's a pretty nice little screen that we get to see on most Buicks. But as far as our functionalities go, let's go ahead and check it out. So going down gives you your trip information, fuel range, instant fuel miles per gallon, and just a timer for whatever you need. And if this car was activated with navigation, all the directions will show up over here. So oil life, tire pressures, battery voltage, all that good stuff. And then your economy screens are over here as well. But for now, let's go ahead and leave it at our digital speedometer. We see our mileage is located over here, compass over there, and then what gear you're in is all the way to the right. Nice upper dash. It looks like we have a little speaker right up there too. Pretty nice audio system. Coming standard on the new Regal. We have a better look at that engine start stop button right over there. So 7-inch screen comes standard on the new Regal. An 8-inch screen with navigation is of course available, but this is our basic screen. It is a touch screen, so we're going to go ahead and look at some of the features. Now down here we're always going to have a digital clock, our date, and then our temperature, which is freezing out today. But as far as the basic functions, let's go ahead and look at it. All of our presets are down below. We could also tune. We have our gallery you could hook up pictures. We have our phone screen right over here. All of our contacts and whatnot will sync over via the Bluetooth. Projection has to do with your Apple Auto or Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Again, you've heard me before, I always mix that up. But over here we have all of our different settings. So go ahead and pause the video when you like. And you can see all the different various settings there. For returning back to home, that's pretty much it. You also have the OnStar controls and whatnot through there. But that's pretty much it. Nice basic screen that gets the job done, not too distracting or anything. But again, you can get a nicer screen in the upper trim levels. Over here we have our hazards button and all of our different controls we could use to control the screen. So we have our skipping for the radio, volume knob is over there, and then our Bluetooth phone button right there, and a traction control off button. Take a look at the trim below the screen. Really cool looking trim, the same that we saw on the doors. Over here we have a single zone climate control, which works very nice and simple. So we have our fan speed over here, recirculating or getting air from the outside. All of our different zones are over here, the AC button, front and rear defrost, and then this is our temperature knob right over here. Over here we have a nice little storage tray with some cup holders, some pretty standard size cup holders. And so this is our gear selector. Now as far as transmissions go, the options are a little bit confusing, so I'm going to go ahead and try to remember and read them off to you. So the 9-speed automatic comes for all front-wheel drive cars, meaning this one does have a 9-speed automatic. The GS also comes with the 9-speed automatic, despite the fact that it has all-wheel drive. However, the 8-speed automatic comes in all of the rest of the all-wheel drive cars. So if you order all-wheel drive with the 2-liter turbo, you'll get an 8-speed automatic. So again, this is the 9-speed. So it's a pretty traditional shift lever. I'm glad they didn't use any sort of electronic shift levers and whatnot. I like the good old traditional shift lever. Nice shift boot with the stitching and whatnot, but there's an unlock at the bottom. At the back rather of the shifter, and we can bring it right on down into reverse, which brings up our backup camera with guidance lines. We could choose between we want to see the guidance lines or not. We also have drive and neutral with the manual mode for the drive. We can go up to shift up and down to shift down. We can put it back up into park for now. As you can see, it'll show you you have to put your foot on the brake to shift it into gear. When I put my foot on the brake, the light will go away. Pretty neat thing that Buick uses on a lot of their products. We also have an electronic parking brake, so how it works is it's set right now. If you want to release it, just press down, you could feel it in the pedal, and if you want to activate it, just pick it right on up. So nice glossy black trim over here. We also have another huge cup holder right in there, which is pretty nice. And then you can see my huge hat over here for our 20-degree filming days. And nice little armrest over here with a storage console on the inside. You also have a USB inlet in there, which is pretty nice to see. Taking a look up here, we have the auto-dimming mirror. You can see the sensor right there for that. We also have some LED lights up here, OnStar controls, more controls for your light. You also have your garage door home link controls up there, and a pretty decent storage tray for your sunglasses. Also up here we have a couple of lights, LED lights for your mirror. You could also extend this visor to block the sun from the side over here, and a little grab handle. So that pretty much does it for the front of the car. But now, since this is a full in-depth review, let's go ahead and shut the car off. I already adjusted the front seat to a normal driving position for my 5'10" self. Let's go ahead and check out what the rear of the car has to offer. That chiming of the horn is just to let us know that the key fob was left in the car. So pretty neat design to the rear door over there. Nice soft touch door panels up here, soft to the touch even down here. The only place it's hard on the door is down here. We even have a speaker down there and a little storage tray. We have the nice handle and the window switches over here. Bench seats back here, and you got a little bit of bolstering to make it look like a, or make it feel like a bucket seat rather. Stepping in reveals a plentiful amount of room back here. So again, I'm 5'10", normal driving position for me at front. I have at least 6 inches of space back here, and it's a nice roomy seat back here too. Pretty significant drivetrain hump, though. That's expected for lower cars like this. You have some nice amenities back here, though. You have some air vents and a couple of USB chargers. However, there doesn't seem to be an armrest back here, which is kind of what you'd expect for a car of this class. However, it doesn't come with it. But nonetheless, minus the armrest gripe, very nice back seats, plenty of room back here, and it seems to be pretty comfortable. But next, let's go ahead and check out front passenger space. So the front passenger door is much like the driver's as far as buttons, design, and all that good stuff. So as you can see, you have your lock-unlock buttons, window switch, a pretty nice pattern to the trim up front, and a little bit of storage and a speaker. Now the passenger seat is manually adjusting, and I believe it is 6-way manual. So this controls your backrest, this controls your height, and then this little lever over here controls the back and forth motion. Pretty nice design for the passenger view of the dashboard there. And if we open up the glove box, it's got a nice felt lining in there. You also have an LED light. It's a pretty decent amount of storage, definitely enough space to put your owner's manuals and whatnot. That pretty much does it for the interior on the new Regal. Very impressive. But next, let's go ahead and check out the all-new liftback. So, at first appearance of the rear of the new Regal Sportback, there really is no place to open the trunk. You would usually have a rubber portion underneath here that would pop the trunk open. However, a Buick did this very cleverly. This emblem also doubles as a popper for the trunk, so all you need to do is just press the Buick emblem inwards, and it pops open the trunk. You just grab it nice and easy. And take a look at that. Lifts right on up. Excuse all the plastic and whatnot back here. This car is fresh off the truck, so I just unwrapped it. And take a look at the portion that opens. That's pretty awesome. You have a nice big cargo shade that covers your cargo, of course. Nice carpeting back here. You have some even more storage behind the wheel wells, and if you lift this portion up, you have your full-size spare tire. And of course, you could fold those seats down for even more cargo space, but you already have a pretty good amount of space back here, so you might not even need to. To close it, it's nice and easy. Just grab this handle and lower it right on down. So, opening up the cap to the 16.3 gallon fuel tank. Our fuel economy for the 2-liter turbo front wheel drive comes in at 22 city and 33 on the highway, or 32 on the highway rather, according to the window sticker. And premium fuel is recommended because of the turbocharger. But you do have that capless fuel filler, which aids in your convenience. So, to conclude this video, I hope you've enjoyed your time with the Buick Regal Sportback just as much as I had, and I hope you stay with us for future in-depth reviews.